the end, you know. Yeah, so looking forward to all your questions and yeah, thanks for having me. Okay, do I actually go on Elizabeth? Like
Yes,
present
yes.
my
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can present now. We've started already.
okay. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, I can. But if you can see, thumbs up. You can do a thumbs up.
Yeah, please if you can see my screen, just give a thumbs up. Okay. Okay. Alright. Seems like everyone can see my screen. So that's beautiful. Okay, so for our class today, I'll just be sharing um real life, at least things that has worked for me. Um, well, did someone raise up their hand?
No,
Okay,
I guess it
so
was a mistake.
okay, so I'll be sharing things that has worked for me, in the course of my data analytics journey. Tips and strategies that I feel like as beginners we should know and that can be very helpful to us. Um, okay, so just for the benefit of those that are newbies or are just joining this webinar for the first time or are just hearing of data analytics for the first time. So what is data analytics like? What do we expect as a data analyst or what are the things that we should know? So data analysis is just the process of examining data sets to find trends and draw conclusions about the information they contain. So if we look around us, like in our everyday life, we literally generate data by every activity, the number of steps you take, you know, are in some scenarios are very, very important data. So everywhere we look around, there's data. The job of a data analyst is just to find those data, those trends, and make them actionable. So, but in the business world, data analytics or data in general helps business to increase revenue. You know, you might think you are earning $1,000 as a business today, but there are some efficiencies or there are some pointers in your business that you can optimize, to increase your revenue. So where I currently work, Reps and Co, we are a we are majorly into pricing of tickets, of concert tickets. So when you think of concert tickets in the United States, that is where my company basically operates. So the major goal of my own organization is to maximize revenue. So that is why data analytics is very, very key to my organization. We have literally hundreds of data analysts in my company. So they are like the main department in my organization. So data analytics helps you to, increase business revenue. It also helps you to improve operational efficiency in cases where okay your staff this has to do with the HR department, then optimize marketing campaigns. You I know for this webinar today I know we there was some kind of sponsored ads. So after those sponsored ads have been put out, we need to know how effective our campaign was, how many people we reached out to, or how many clicks did we get. So that those are the things data analytics helps you with. Then also helps you, with your customer service efforts. This this just basically, helps you with. your customers, trying to reduce response time and all. Then also, data analytics also enables organizations to quickly respond to emerging market trends. So we know that um, the new the new wave in town now is AI. So we saw that Microsoft was the first organization, first in a certain way to fully announce what they are using AI for. Then we noticed that Google also, I think, couple of weeks later, they also came up and said they are also bringing out their AI. So those are things that, and Google didn't just say they want to go into data. There were some data that backed it up, for them to be able to come up with their own product. Then okay, so I also included, sectors that are really into data, education. Like actually, literally everywhere you look at, data analytics is applicable. So, when people ask me how if I be a data analyst, can I get jobs tomorrow? Like data analytics is literally where the future, like in anything you want to think of. And I also included a chart um by World Economic Forum. For those that will be getting this slide, I included a link on this so you can go and read that. We can see that data analytics is the second option here that by 2025 that are expected to be adopted by organizations. So we can see that data analytics is basically the future. So for our first tips and strategy today, I made this the first option for us because it is very important to understand where we are going to. You can't It is like when you want to drive, you're driving from point A to point B. You need to know where you are going to. You can't just take your car to the road and drive, aimlessly. That is not efficient. You're not being efficient. You have to be clear on what you want to do. But before that, you need to find what you are doing. What trends are you finding? What problems are you solving? So having clear goals can help in maintaining focus and motivation because the truth is learning is not easy. So you need to be very clear. Okay, this is where I want to be in the next 3 months. This is where I want to be in 6 months. So that's why I added, in your learning, in whatever project you want to do, because there are some times where you get stuck in the project phase. You don't know what next to do. And your career also, you need to know where you're going as a data analyst. Do you want to branch at a certain point? Do you want to go into, people go into different aspects of analysis. Some people go into AI, machine learning, different. You need to be sure where you are going to. Then at the end of the day, you can't you can't own a car and not know how to drive. You need to be a master of your tools. You need to understand the foundations of your tools. And I understand that are familiar with most people these days are familiar with Excel. So people, sorry, hold on, please. Just give me 1 minute. Apologies. Okay, sorry about that. So I understand most people are familiar with Excel. This is Microsoft Excel. We've used Microsoft Excel at a point, either while we're in school, At a point, I want to believe we've used Microsoft Excel. So it is very important, to know your tools. And I listed this in a sort of order of importance, like how basic you can go. So you can start with learning Excel if you don't know how to use Excel, and not just learning Excel. Learn the in and out of Excel, how to use Excel for data cleaning, data manipulation. Those kind of things. And I also know we can do these things in Python, and but I'm starting with Excel because it is closer to us. We understand, we are familiar with Excel. Let me put it that way. So it is very, very important, master your tools. It is very, very important. I just this graph here, I just a way to visual to actually say to you guys to also understand, the different visualizations. Because at the end of the day, as a data analyst, you are you are giving insights to the organization. You are providing recommendations, but the business owners, they don't understand all these visualization. Okay, what are these graphs or what are these? You need to understand your visualizations very well to be able to, at first glance, for them to be able to understand what you're saying. So I also added Power BI. For me, Power BI is like my favorite business intelligence tool. Like I, it is. I also use Tableau, but I just prefer Power BI. So you also understand Power BI, also Tableau, SQL, Python. Then at a later stage, you can say, okay, let me learn how to use the R programming. Now, I listed this way, like I said earlier, in a order of importance. If you're a newbie and you're confused, okay, what tool should I learn? You can start with Excel, then move on to Power BI, then move on to Tableau, then SQL, then Python. But the truth of the matter is you can actually learn any of these tools in any way you seem fit. But based on my experience or based on what I have seen, I think this is like the best pathway. Obviously, people have different ways, but this is my own best pathway, to understand this thing. Data manipulation also can be done in Tableau, Power BI, SQL. Like any of these tools can basically do all these things that are listed here, both data manipulation and visualization. Okay. Okay, so then the next thing we can leverage on as a newbie is, online resources. And I've helped us here to list out some of the online platforms. Of course, we have Jupiter Academy that is hosting us today. So it is a very it is Jupiter Academy and others. So you can look at others also. There are numerous options, but it is always good to stay with a platform that you know takes you in depth, and Jupiter Academy does that. So I'll skip this, and then the next thing I would want to speak about is practice. Like practice is after knowing the tools, you need to put it into practice. Like practice makes perfect. Like they used to say. So you need to practice with real world data sets. On this slide, I actually added a link at the end of this slide to different data sets that we can check out. So for those that will be getting this slide, you'd also have those data sets. So different platforms that we can get our data sets. Kaggle is Kaggle actually has, like, I can't begin to describe the amount of data sets available on Kaggle. We can find literally any data sets on anything. We can find data sets on animals, on characteristics of animals. GitHub is also another very useful platform to get data sets. Also, World Health Organization is also a very, if you are looking to, just play around with world population, birth control, climate change, these platforms, these three platforms are very, very useful that we can get data sets for. Then at the end of the day, you've practiced and you want to you've practiced and you want to show the world, okay, this is what I have done. Or you are in a job hunting phase and you need to show your prospective employer what you've done, or a client what you've done. So this also Kaggle, included Kaggle and GitHub here. These are places where you can show your data analytics skills, in real life, the projects you've built, you know, you host them there. LinkedIn is also another very good platform. And Linktree also. I personally use Linktree for my own portfolio. So these are very, very great platform to showcase your portfolio. And your portfolio doesn't have to be perfect at first. You you can just start. Like that is the basic thing. Start. And the beauty of the data analytics space is, there are a lot of prospective learners and current learners, that can help you. You build your portfolio, okay, and you put it out there. Okay, make changes to this, make changes to that, and that is how you go from imperfect to perfect. So there are actually numerous examples, but these are just the few that I am very familiar with that you can leverage. Then at the end of the day, you are learning, you've built your project, you have your portfolio. How do you've learned, you started learning 6 months ago. A lot has changed between the 6 months. I know between the last 6 months, Microsoft has introduced new data products. There's a new one, Microsoft Fabric. So you need to stay up to date with what is happening in the industry, what is happening in the data analytics space. And the ways to do that is, you know, staying up to date with blogs, subscribe to dev.co, be on Medium, check and post out on Stack Overflow. You can also attend webinars, like webinars like this that will bring you up to date to most of these um those trends happening in the industry. And also attending conferences. Like I included this conference because for me it was a lifesaver for me in my previous job. So Data Fest Africa happened last year in October, and I was working on a project in my former place of work, and I've been stuck on that project for about, let's say, 2 weeks. I was just finding my way around it, just do it the way I can. I couldn't find a resource I was looking for online. And then when I attended Data Fest Africa, I networked, I met different people, we talked, and one of the people I met, I just, kind of had a conversation with him, and he was like, okay, have I tried out a particular platform that I should be able to find? And luckily for me, I looked up the platform and I was able to find solution to what I've been battling for the past 2 weeks, and I was able to make headway. So, you know, attending conferences like this is actually a very good thing if you are actually a newbie, because you get to learn a lot and network. You get to meet your role models also, people you are looking up to in the industry. So it is a very, very good thing to attend webinars and conferences. I personally endorse it. Then physical and online communities, there's a vibrant community on Twitter of data analytics, professionals, upcoming like upcoming data enthusiasts, people that are already in the industry, people with experience already. Um, okay, so as I mentioned earlier, Data First Africa. So we can also join Data First Africa. There's also an online community of Data First Africa. I think they're active on Slack. I'm not really sure. Sorry, please. Then we also have Data Science Nigeria. Okay, this is actually for people that are more professional, and I think they are young Data Science Nigeria also. So that is why DSN, where as a newbie also you can join these communities, and they are these are very helpful communities to your growth. You need, because as a newbie you need a lot of support, and these platforms are the ones that keeps you focused, they keep you encouraged, they keep you motivated. When you see someone just completed a project and you ask questions about, okay, how did you do this, how did you do that, you are motivated. You are motivated to work on your own project and do better. So yes, then okay, I think we have a lot of time for questions. So my conclusion for us today would be practice continuously. Like even the greatest people, they still, it is like learning. You learn continuously. Like you don't stop learning. Every day there is a new thing to learn. There's a new thing to learn continuously, like non-stop. And my second conclusion here is Google is your friend. Like it's very important to know how to ask good questions on Google. Google is your friend. Ask questions on Google, and Google has all the answers. It's just how you ask Google that you get your answer. Google has all the answers you are literally looking for. Then embrace challenges. Don't look at, oh, this project is very challenging. Challenge, like that is how you get to learn. You don't just learn by others feeding you. You learn from, like my next point to say, you learn from your failures, and it is by embracing challenges. It is like a newborn baby or a toddler learning to walk. They start crawling at first, then you notice they try to stand up and they continuously fall down. They're embracing trying to walk. That is them embracing trying to walk. So they stand up, they fall, they stand again, they fall. So and they learn from it. Eventually they get to walk, and we are walking today, obviously. Then also celebrate your success. They say the little things is appreciate the little things. I put it that way. The little success you have, you started Excel today, you understood how to use VLOOKUP, how to use index match, things like that. Like put it out there. Let people know, oh, this is what I learned today, and I am very grateful to have been able to, get this knowledge. Celebrate it, put it out on Twitter, write a post about it on Medium and post it there. These are the things that would show you how far you've come, the growth, the growth you've had. If you don't document it, you won't know. You would think, oh, I'm not improving, I'm learning this thing, I'm not making progress. It is when you document that you would understand that, okay, I've actually gone from this point to this point. So I then yeah, for those that are getting this this is I have the data set here, and our next slide is for the questions. So I think I saved us quite. I think I was pretty fast. But if you have any questions, you have enough time to answer them. Elizabeth.
All right, Okiki, thank you. You have questions? Um, I don't think there's. I don't think we have any. Oh, Emmanuel. All right, Emmanuel.
So, so on the one, how do you document your progress using any platform? So right now, I'm learning with data camp, learning data analysis. I think I'm currently with SQL. But how do you document this progress? Understand? What platform is best to document the progress? I think that should be the question.
Okay, yeah, I understand you. So for you said you're currently learning SQL on data camp, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so for this situation, it can be a there's no perfect platform, to document. So Medium is one platform or one aspect that you can use. So if let's say you started SQL and you went through the whole select statement, how to use the different select statements, you can create a Medium post, just detailing things that were impactful to you, things that you were able to pick out from that SQL module on data camp. Let's say you the different SQL from SQL or I said SQL, sorry, select or select from, those kind of things. You can, you know, even show short examples of you selecting. These are just basic, ways you can document these things and post there. And as a newbie, you don't have to want to post for people to see. Just it is for your own personal consumption. At the end of the day, when you document these things and you come back in, let's say, 3 months time, and you see that, oh, I wrote something on select here, you refreshed your memory again, and that sticks. That makes it stick even longer in your head. Just the little bit, the major bit. The documentation might not even go past 5 lines or 6 lines of what you write. But a more like something I've seen frequently is Twitter. People use Twitter also by creating trends. So let's say you are learning SQL. So every day you come, day one, this is what I've done. I learned select from and select all. Day two, this is what I've done. I learned join. Then day three, I learned inner joins, outer joins, those kind of things. I'm not, I don't, have I answered your question?
Yes. Yes, you have
Uh,
done that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Are there other questions? You can drop them in the comment section if you have any. All right, Okiki. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Yeah, I think we don't have questions. Emmanuel. Emmanuel.
Yeah. So I have one other question. Please, I'd like suggestions for blogs to follow to get to be notified about latest trends and updates. First, I'm only following some few people on Twitter, so that's why I get information currently. But I don't know of any other. If you can give us suggestions on blogs or people to follow on that in different platforms.
Okiki, we are talking. You're muted.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. Sorry. Yeah. So for for blogs to follow, you can on Twitter you can follow. I don't really have names of people you can follow on. But for blogs on Medium, there's a there's a sub blog on Medium that provides everything data analytics. So I think uh, I don't know if I can put that in the chat. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see.
Would you be sharing your slide? You can actually impute it in your resources, like create a resources slide of it, and then include it. So when we share with them, they can also.
Okay, okay. I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay, so Emmanuel would get it also, right?
Yes, yes, to be posted on the
Okay,
group.
okay, all right. That's good thing. All right.
All right, then thank you, Kiki. I think we won't be answering any question again. So thank you for your time. Thank you everyone for your time. And just to say, we currently are running a 40% discount for people that might want to take data class with Jupiter Academy. So if you would want to find out more, make inquiries about data analysis, you can fill a form my colleague will put in the comment section shortly for you to find out more about it and for you to take the course. Some of the things you will learn from joining the course is basically how to visualize and, you know, visualize the data and tell better stories. Oh, bright. Oh my God, the 40% discount is not from us. It's sponsored by an organization for people. So we are sorry that um we're sorry you didn't take the course. Now this is for new people. If you know anyone, you can actually refer people. You can actually refer people that might want or are interested in taking data analysis or taking the course. So rather than paying the 100,000 naira, you just pay 60,000 naira to take the course. So some of the things you learn is, how to analyze some of the statistics that you must have gotten from your data exploration and preparation, business intelligence, some of the tools that Okiki mentioned, and basically tips and strategies to help you get started. Afterwards, there's a mentorship class we usually hold because we don't just believe in, you know, equipping you with the right information. You still need to be held to walk you through the process of getting your first job rather, or internship. We also give internship placements for our best performing students. And for others that might not meet that cut, we also share opportunities, job opportunities, and internship opportunities with you. We help you build portfolios that you can actually show to prospective client or customer. I'm sorry, clients or prospective employers, right? We also help with everything that has to do with communicating and interacting with other team members, branding yourself because you are a brand, right? All of all of that is what we help you do. If you're able to sign up now or put down your information to find out more about our program and what we offer. So the 60% actually would be for people that are looking to pay once. Or if you, excuse me, yeah, if you need to find out more, you need to speak with me, you need to speak with our course advisor to like advise you more on what to do. You can just fill the link and I would personally reach out to you. All right. So in the absence of no question, and then we can just call it a day. Um, thank you everyone for joining in.